1 of 8 from the three-point line. Foul right there, and that's more of a frustration foul. George says, I'll walk out of bounds, force you to call this.
Well, the Nuggets in their first 3 games lit it up from three-point land. Sunday they went 4 of 21 against San Antonio in that loss. And they started out slowly tonight. As Scott mentioned, 1 of 8. Knocked away. Picked up by Hamilton. 4 to shoot. Paul George casts off. Way short. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. So, Scott, you said one of the good things about the Nuggets this season, they got some makers.
Yeah,
but
tonight.
Not so far.
Yeah, they left the makers at home and brought the candlestick holders.
Juancho Hernan Gomez had a great preseason shooting for 3, 47%. He sets up in the right wing, guarded by Brinas. Barton, no. Millsap, yes. Well, Nuggets trying to get on track here. And that is the end of the first quarter. So the Nuggets don't shoot well, and OKC does shoot well. We'll step aside, headed to the second quarter. OKC Thunder leading 25-17. You're watching Nuggets basketball on Altitude Sports and Entertainment.
Mascot Rocky. Hey, Rocky wants to play a little football with somebody. Who wants to play catch? Hut, hut, hut. Wait, you got to catch the ball first. Put it through the hoop. Wrong. What you looking at? That super mascot's got an arm. Okay, what you got? Oh, overthrew him, overthrew him. Got somebody else, Rock. All right, kid. Let's see what you got. Oh, well, I don't know. Okay. Good try, though. Come on, throw it back. Throw it back. Yeah! Great throw, Dad. We got time for one more? Let's get it, Rock. Nice. Good throw. Give it up for your super mascot, Rocky.
On Altitude Sports is brought to you by Mountain Dew, the official soft drink of the Denver Nuggets and NBA. The horse, of course. That means we're in downtown. Well, we're not really in downtown Denver if it's the horse, but we're at Pepsi Center. Denver Nuggets 25-17 in that first quarter. Let's take a look at the Mountain Dew first quarter stats. Nuggets couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, Scott, in that first quarter.
I was going to say this whole thing boils down to the lack of shooting for Denver. 1 of 8 from the three-point line, 6 of 21 overall. A lot of hesitation. The offense just really not flowing.
Yep, agreed. Shot clock running down. Jameer Nelson dribble drive. In the lane, yes. Saw Millsap working on that shot earlier tonight. He's got a nice little floater like 5-10 feet.
Soft touch, isn't he?
Yep. Despite not shooting well, Nuggets back to within 6. Millsap rebounds. Averaged 8 rebounds a game last year to go with 18 points. Millsap on the run.
This may be offense. Yeah, he lowered his shoulder, granted the way. Didn't get away with it. Denver fortunate That's the right shoulder, just a little low. A lot of all-star guys get that call.
All right, when we come back, a special guest, Lafayette Fat Lever, joining the broadcast booth after this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the Shane Cove Kiss Cab. Show us a kiss for your chance to win a $100 gift card. Let's kick this season off right with some love. Oh, looks like you guys already been doing a whole lot of kisses. Very nice. Let's get it on. Oh, work it out. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get it on. Way to go for what you know. Woo!
We're all sensitive people with so much to give. Understand me, sugar.
Better late than never.
Since we got to be here.
Yeah.
Let's live. I love you. There's nothing wrong with me loving you. Baby, no.
All right, congratulations. You are the winners. Shane Cove, your friend in the jewelry business and proud partner of your Denver Nuggets. Look up, fans. It's time for the KeyBank Parachute Drop. KeyBank, the proud and exclusive banking partner of your Denver Nuggets.
As much as I want to present this jersey to you, I think there's a much better place for it, and that is up there. And we would like to retire your jersey on, I believe it's December 2nd.
Congratulations. That's dope. All right. Uh-oh. You gonna break my record?
I wish.
How much you put
I wish.
How you doing?
And joining us now, Lafayette Fat Lever. First of all, congratulations. How surprised were you when Josh said that to you? You're going up to the rafters.
Chris, you saw this is the first time I've seen it on monitor.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, it was like,
whoa,
really? Are you really doing this? And then all of a sudden, I'm looking at the stands, and I forget everyone behind me. It didn't go that far into it, but it was unbelievable.
Who's the first person you called?
I didn't have to call anyone. Everybody called me and sent me texts because it was streamed somewhere, and I didn't know how to stream, and my kids would call in and text me saying, oh, we have to find out about this on the news or through social media outlets. So I didn't get a chance to, I haven't called anyone. Everyone who texts, I text back. If they didn't leave a message, then I don't let them know. I don't say anything to them.
December 2nd, they're going to hang your jersey up in the rafters with the other immortals here. Of your time with the Denver Nuggets, what do you remember most about playing here in Denver?
Well, Chris, I think it's all the camaraderie where I came back into the arena here in Pepsi Center, and you still see some of the photos, the team photos. And those are the things that really stand out quite a bit. And then those bring back the memories of the fun that we had off the court that also relates to fun that we had on the court. So as I look up in that, the jerseys is already in the rafters. Of course, Alex, my teammate, Dan, that's my teammate, and then a coach. So of the four guys there, it's a great crowd to be with. And they have Mutombo and Byron Beck in there, and David Thompson. Oh, I'm overly enjoyed.
You guys were on some unbelievable runs when you guys played here in Mo's system. What's some of your memories, and when did you kind of notice that, listen, we can be pretty good?
I think they expected us to be good. When I say they're the fans, and then when
why not? George with his second assist. You know, when the coach calls your number, you know, coming off the bench, you're not guaranteed minutes at all.
They'll stand on the floor, no basket here.
And that's one of that continuation. Now, last year, that play you just saw with Paul Millsap, that's an and one. And he's looking at him like going, wait, that's an and one, right? No. The new rules this year this is not a continuation. Because he blew the whistle. See, there's the whistle, but he continued.
Before, and the thing is that if the contact is made on a driving basket attempt before the player gathers to shoot, then it's a side-out foul. Now, the difference here, Millsap shooting free throws because Billy Donovan's team has committed 5 fouls, and the Nuggets here are already in the bonus with 9:39 remaining in the first half. Millsap has a half dozen points, all since the closing 0.3 of a second of the first quarter. What do you think of Daniel Hamilton?
Just loving this game. I mean, he's got nice little savvy there for the ball. As he can get to the rim at 6'6" without turning the basketball over. That's tough to do. You got guys reaching at you. You got guys trying to poke the ball from behind.
Hamilton didn't play on Sunday. Steal here by Barton using his length. Then George stays right with him, but Barton is able to finish, fighting off contact to score the bucket in transition. Live ball turnovers have been an issue for Denver. They were down a point going into the fourth quarter. San Antonio, their last game, wound up losing by 20. Total meltdown at both ends of the floor. Eustace throws it away. Barton has a half step on him. Eustace going to tie him up. Did what he could to blow up the shot and make him murdered at the free throw line, but Barton powers his way to an and one.
And as he continues to develop, he'll just take him out on this play. I don't mean to hurt him, but just foul him, wrap him up where he can't score the basket. But I sure do like his efforts so far in the U.S. Cellular training camp. He's had a couple of solid games, Josh Eustace.
Will Barton was dogged by an ankle injury all season last year. Played only 60 games, misses the free throw here. He still posted some high-scoring games before they shut him down at the end of March. Injuries did figure in to the Nuggets' close call and their miss of the postseason. They're trying to get back there. Eustace at the three-point line, nothing but the bottom.
Okay, so you foul the guy and you commit a turnover. And everybody watching. The coach said, all right, go get Josh Eustace. He said, hold on. I'm going to show coach something that's going to give me some extra minutes. I'm going to knock down a big three. Make you forget about it. I forgive you.
3-second violation.
And all of a sudden, just like that, the momentum has shifted back to the Thunder because they're going back to the business at hand, which is defending with physicality. Now look at the spacing here. This is a great angle, by the way. A nice little screen by PG-13, and then there's a little pick and pop between two shooters. Hamilton gets it over. Eustace, the exact same spot. That's like, what do you call that, Groundhog Day?
I'll tell you what,
Same
there's
spot,
a
knock that down.
lot of trust in that play. George off the back of the iron because Hamilton was screened out. He kind of knew where Eustace was going to be. Nelson checked by Westbrook, who is back into the ball game. Chandler had himself a little bit of room, but the misery continues from beyond the arc. Denver 1 out of 9 from 3. Thunder shooting 5 out of 10. Eustace has got a couple of those. Now he'll drive. Set up Robertson.
Thought he could have taken that shot. He had the big fella on him.
Bodies are moving and the ball is moving, and Grant is stood up and blocked by Plumlee. Then a steal by George, and this could get interesting.
Now, Paul George is really showing you he's playing defense. He's come up, he's gotten a couple of big defensive rebounds. He busted up a lob attempt a couple of plays ago, and he's playing that backfield like a defensive back in football, stealing that pass, creating that lob dunk.
Juan Hernan Gomez calling for the ball, realized he was unattended, and he knocks it down from 3. Hernan Gomez, kind of what doesn't kill you make you stronger. He had to play all 12 minutes of that meltdown in San Antonio the other night. George came up short, missed the rim. Hernan Gomez, his brother Willie, plays for the New York Knicks. Watching from the opposite side is Plumlee, a very good passing big man, feathers it on the bounce to Nelson, who had a wide open bucket. And it's a 6-point game. Thunder is led by as many as 11. Great rotation. Westbrook draws the defense to him. Paul George was talking after practice yesterday, Michael, about how he feels like he's got training camp legs. A lot of his shots coming up short, just like Nelson's did there, and George has the rebound. He has 5 here in the first half. Westbrook outside to Houston, and then Robertson tried to one-hand that rebound, and Plumlee finding the cutter, Hernan Gomez, from the far side of the floor, and he scores again. All of a sudden, Denver's paint scoring total starting to click up, and Billy Donovan wants timeout.
Well, it's one of those things we talked about, one of the keys, transition defense with the Thunder. You just can't relax on the Nuggets. As soon as they get a shot or a loose ball, they want to get out in transition. There's that steal by Paul George, and the nice tip dunk in transition. Thunder still on the high side with a +4.
Because practice pays off. Because it's better to give than to receive. Because there's no place like home. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money, with innovative services that let you focus on what's most important. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Inspiration can come from just about anywhere or anyone. So encourage our next generation's builders. Cultivating their ingenuity will help design our future and create a better way of life. Devon Energy. Commitment runs deep.
Big game today in Washington. Unfortunately, there may be a problem with Josh Norman. He's dealing with a blunt trauma injury to his baby toe.
Blunt trauma? What?
Yeah, and they're going to...
You guys don't even know what you're talking about.
He's good to go by game time. And I tell you what, Washington is going to need him to come up big today.
They said it, and it happened.
And tough break for that Washington trainer who has been removed from his duties with the team. We got plenty more ahead here on Fox NFL Kickoff.
FS1 is home to the biggest personalities in sports. And now all your favorite FS1 shows are available on SiriusXM.
Peyton Manning ain't no fettuccine. You make it seem like the guy stir-fry.
Brady sort of gets the culture. In fact, I think Brady fits the culture.
Now take the talk with you on Fox Sports SiriusXM Channel 83, along with live events including college football, UFC, soccer, and more. The best sports talk and live events on Fox Sports SiriusXM Channel 83.
Big 12 Women's Soccer, Friday on Fox Sports Oklahoma.
Thunder fans, picture time. Send us your photo. Do it right now. All this powered by U.S. Cellular. We'll pick one picture, show it on the air after halftime. Send us that photo using the hashtag #WeAreThunder on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. U.S. Cellular coverage in the middle of anywhere. Thunder shooting 4 of 11. Denver 6 of 10 in the quarter. Here's Leslie McCaslin.
Well, guys, Paul George getting a breather. BD, you mentioned a second ago about him saying he had a little bit of training legs. But the thing about it is he's playing with Russell Westbrook, a guy that is so fast. He talked about having to learn to adjust to that. He said everyone's still kind of trying to figure out everybody's game, and that's a big part of it. But he's not worried about play calls, he said. He said Russ is the only play. He's so good at attacking that Paul George just has to make himself available.
Well, thank you, Leslie. You know what's really neat about this game? He's not shooting the ball very well, but he's got five rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Those are solid numbers. And he's just showing you offense is just not my game, all the time. I don't have to give it to you. It is his game. Excuse me, folks.
Ball's poked away. Westbrook recovers it. Russell shooting 7 of 9 here in the first half. Just missed his second shot. Shot clock inside 5. Anthony checked by Murray in a size mismatch. A loose ball foul is called against Steven Adams, and that will mean free throws for the Nuggets. Adams had that double-double, as I mentioned, on Sunday, shooting 71%. 10 of 14 coming into this game in the preseason, and he's going to get higher percentage looks with the floor spread by Westbrook, George, and Anthony. Enjoy the fun and excitement of our 10th season. Thunder basketball buying single game Thunder tickets at OKCThunder.com/buy tickets. All Thunder tickets sold through the website have unique barcodes, meaning you'll never get cheated out of entry into Chesapeake Arena. Check it out, OKCThunder.com/buy tickets. You can do it right now. Jokic, got a 55-60% free throw shooter. Splits the difference. Got a holding foul.
At times, Wilson Chandler was holding Carmelo Anthony, trying not to let him get the basketball. A little bit too aggressive. Unfortunately, he was right in front of the official.
Westbrook going to attack Jamal Murray. Played one season at the University of Kentucky. Chandler in help position as Murray switches to Anthony. Shot clock about to expire, and that one got halfway down. Westbrook rims that one out in transition. Thunder trying to match up. Hernan Gomez checked by Adams at the three-point line. Jokic keeps it alive as we got a little scrambly there. The Thunder had a shot but couldn't maintain possession. Shot clock inside 5. Jokic once again on his pogo stick. And somebody stepped out of bounds. It's Denver basketball.
Thunder has done a good job of just plays like that, forcing the Nuggets into some tough misses around the basket. That time Jokic was no different. He's usually pretty good around the basket. Forced him into a couple of tough short shots.
Chandler off the screen, no. Chandler is 0 for 5 from the floor. George offline. Thought he was fouled as he released the shot. Over the top, George with the steal. Hey, Carmelo. Chandler gathers. Shot clock never reset.
Well,
at the scorer's table, here's the question. I think George had possession. I think the shot clock should have been reset.
Well, he caught it in the air and threw the ball while he was in the air. So they're going to reset it to 18. So
yeah, give him 12 or 6 seconds on that. I think that's the right call.
Now, will Paul George get a steal?
He should.
Okay. Because he's got 3 already.
He should.
In the half.
And if they awarded him possession, Murray outside for 3. No, George with another rebound. He is really rocking it now. 7 boards to go with, yes, 4 steals. They did give it to him. Westbrook double team. Looking for the open man in the corner. Outlet pass to Murray. Westbrook stole his wallet. Oh, my. Oh, my. That's a little glimpse of what Thunder basketball is going to look like time to time this season.
That's how good they can be defensively. As they're just busting up a lot of them. Then here's the deflection by Carmelo Anthony. And what it's doing is forcing the Nuggets to reset their offense. They got to take it out. They're already struggling offensively.
How about Abrinas? Not standing around ball watching. He gets right back into play.
Well, you know, he's played it rough for a season. And you know, if you're open and you run hard, he will get you the basketball.
10 assists on 17 made baskets for the Thunder. Jokic on the finger roll scores. He has 8, albeit on 3 of 9 shooting.
They have made him work for all 8 of those points. Got a few of them at the free throw line. Nikola Jokic.
Good side-to-side action. George pays it off for 3 from Russ.
It's just confidence. You miss a few, no worries. You know, he's got ice water in his vein. You give him that same shot, he'll knock it down while he's playing some solid defense here in this first half of basketball.
Jokic, boy, off the miss by Barton. Jokic is right there, and Nikola Jokic starting to get busy here. He's got 10 points, half of them here in the quarter.
Well, Steven Adams came over to help out on that play. And no one came to guard his man to stop him from tipping that ball in.
Anthony from the top of the key. No. Got a loose ball foul. And we're going to stay right here. You know, there's been a lot of conversation about the blending of Westbrook and Anthony and George.
You look at this here action here. I mean, watch the spacing on this here. I mean, folks, look at this here. I love this angle. He is just over here by himself. Why? I mean, you don't leave that guy by himself. You know, he just catches. He has time to gather, which he doesn't need a whole lot of. And And George knocks down the 3 ball.
Westbrook off the screen from Adams. Gets the shooter's roll. You know, Russ, people asking about this whole gel thing with this team. And Russ last week said, look, it's a process. It's going to take time. And then he looked at the inquiring minds who were asking those questions, and he said, asking every day is not going to change it. Then he paused a beat and said, just so you know.
You know, he's got that look tonight. He had that look the last time in this building, folks, where he broke the all-time triple-double record with that 50-point, 16 rebound, 10 assists afternoon. And tonight, no different. Off to 18 points here in the first half, where he was just in attack mode from the start.
Here is the Oklahoma Lottery jackpot update. Talking about the Powerball, talking about the drawing coming up tomorrow, $128 million. There are, by the way, we've talked about some rules changes. There are no longer 20-second timeouts in the NBA.
They're gone.
There are shorter timeouts. But the 20-second is a thing of the past. Westbrook, 18 first-half points. Solid shooting, couple of triples as part of that to go along with the 3 assists and a steal.
And the shots that he's making, you know, he's in midseason form. We've seen him make those shots countless times last season. Appeared in his first preseason game on Friday night against the Pelicans. And just come out at a blistering pace here in this first half of basketball, and the efficiency at which he's playing, 8 of 11 shooting from the field.
Got to give the Thunder some credit defensively. Denver was in the bonus with 9:39 remaining in the quarter. They've only taken 5 free throws in the quarter. The Thunder has only taken 2 in the game. Harris checked by Adams, went up over the top. Got to, you know, the big men need the guards to help rebound. Alex Abrinas, your honor, Exhibit A.
Well, he's stronger this year. He elevated up for that ball in traffic.
Speaking of strong, Anthony stripped. George saves it. Shot clock getting deep. And batted away this time. Chandler with the steal, and George commits the foul because the floor was unbalanced and the Nuggets had numbers, and there will be 2 more free throws here for Denver with 1:28 remaining in the half.
And that seems to be the only thing that the Nuggets have been able to do is get to the free throw line.
Well, and they're 6 of 11.
And that hasn't been too well either.
They're 14 of 41 from the floor, 34%. Gary Harris. He was a top 10 three-point shooter last year, was Harris. He is 0 for 2 tonight, but last year he was 42% from beyond the arc. He was drafted first round, 19th overall by Chicago in 2014. His rights were acquired in a deal that sent the former Thunder guard Doug McDermott to Chicago. McDermott traded to New York in the Anthony deal just as U.S. Cellular training camp began. Anthony snatching, Anthony scoring, and Anthony teed up for complaining about the non-call as he was bumped on the baseline, and there is no wiggle room there.
Well, he was bumped, and there was an awful lot of contact. As Wilson Chandler had him on the play, there's a part where he bumped him right there, and they usually give you that call. As he was pretty upset. And you see here, this is just too much contact under the basket. Chandler had his hands in the cookie jar, and then when he saw Melo go up, he pulled it away.
Anthony has been talking, actually, the guy who hit him with the tee, Marat Kogut. They've been talking much of the first half about contact. Does that work?
Yeah, it works sometimes.
Jokic outside for 3. No, Anthony with the rebound. See, now they got him mad. Behind over T-Kettle goes Westbrook. Denver had that foul to give.
So, solid half of basketball. You want to finish it strong. 58 seconds left here for the Thunder. You're controlling the glass. You're getting the shots, running whatever offense you want to run.
Adams checked in the deep post. The ball reversed to the wing. Anthony for three. No.
Adams got to score that. I know he was trying to pass the ball. That's one of those situations where you're overpassing. He had the basketball.
And that's an offensive foul against Harris.
As Harris will get called for the offensive foul. But, you know, when I play in this league, when big guys don't get the ball, you know, they complain a little bit. There's that push-off with their left arm. That's an easy call right in front of the official. But I'm going to take you back to Steve-O. He's got to take that shot. Because, you know, you got all these scores on the floor. There ain't no guarantee that ball going to come back in there.
You know, Billy's been talking about that. Right now, there are times when guys are overthinking it, and that's a foul. Jamal Murray puts Adams to the free throw line.
Well, what does it take for the Thunder to get to the free throw line on a shot?
A pipe wrench.
Man, he's like, you know, he got mugged. And you know, and you talked about sometimes when you talk to the officials, you know, it was you know, here's that call again. So you got him on the arms and
what part of arm and wrist?
Yeah.
Do these fans who are booing not understand?
Right. But it's preseason basketball for the officials. You know, now let me ask you,
fans.
When you get a technical in the preseason, is it a preseason technical to where it doesn't count?
No, it doesn't count. No, it doesn't count.
Well, that's good then.
But you know, you don't want to get another one and get thrown out because you only got 4 preseason games. You want to make the most of your opportunity.
These games are priceless. And tonight is priceless too, folks. And thank you for joining us.
How about Adams?
Sports Oklahoma.
Adams running Gary Harris off the free throw line. Over the top, Anthony's got a step on the deep. Lead into the locker room here at the Pepsi Center.
Well, Thunder shoot 50% from the field. They hold the Nuggets to 31%. You're +1 on the glass, and you're just disrupting the offense of the Nuggets, who have yet to get started. And the 3 ball is fall down the train.
How can teamwork lead to singular success? When you ask the right questions, the answers can change everything. At Enable Midstream Partners, customer service is who we are as a company. It's embedded in our DNA. We listen, think creatively, move quickly, and go the extra mile to help customers succeed. Because when they succeed, we succeed. Enable Midstream Partners, a partner in your success.
I do sometimes use Facebook or BuzzFeed as a source of information, but it's definitely not my top source. After I've seen what's going on elsewhere, I will definitely turn to the Oklahoman to see what's really happening.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? You make it for those who don't always look out for themselves. You make it detect what they don't. You make it for 3 rows of precious cargo. Going further for whatever life throws at you. That's Ford, and that's how you become the best in Oklahoma. Now current Ford owners get up to $5,500 cash back on the 2017 Ford Explorer, Escape, and Edge. That's $5,500 cash back. See your Oklahoma Ford dealer today.
Every week, Fox Sports Outdoors brings you on-the-water action, combined with current freshwater and coastal information from around the Southwest.
That is a Louisiana special right there. Look at this.
Our team of experts covers the entire region and provides you with the latest real-time updates of what's happening at the lake and along the coast.
San Luis Pass and the surrounding bays are starting to pay off.
Fox Sports Outdoors, Thursdays on Fox Sports Oklahoma.
Daddy's gotta go to work.
Look over there!
Sorry?
It was a beautiful day here in Denver. Temperatures in the middle 50s, not a cloud in the sky after snow yesterday. Here it comes. News and notes. Speaking of here it comes, around the NBA, brought to you by the University of Central Oklahoma. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University. Michael, the deal for Joel Embiid in Philadelphia.
That's a big deal. That's showing a whole lot of confidence in the young guy who hasn't played a full season yet, but you know what? You love his game. You love his activity around the basket. He's kind of bucking the trend, doesn't really shoot the three as well as much, but he's very good inside, and I think Philadelphia is basically saying, this is our future.
Back to the future for LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. His former Miami teammate Dwayne Wade will start for Cleveland on opening night. Another former champion, Rajon Rondo, injured against the Thunder last Friday. He'll miss the next 4 to 6 weeks after surgery to repair a sports hernia that cropped up at Chesapeake Arena. Stick around. We'll take a look next at the Thunder's first month of the season as we continue from halftime in Denver.
I went to college at the University of San Diego. I went to medical school at Yale School of Medicine. I did my internship at Harvard and then my residency at Columbia in New York City. My name is Whitney Tolpenrud. I'm a dermatologist and I am Chickasaw. I always knew that somehow I would figure out a way to give back to my tribe, to say thank you. So I've been coming to the hospital now for about a year. I come for 2 days consecutively every other month. I can't describe to you the level of satisfaction and humility that it's been able to provide to my life. And that is just so energizing and reminds me why I went into this to begin with.
See more stories about the Chickasaw people at profilesofanation.com.
Get the best of OU football with Soonersports.tv. Watch premium video instantly. Access games, highlights, interviews, and much more. Exclusive content added daily. Log on to Soonersports.tv and start your subscription today. Soonersports.tv.
A new season kicks off on your home for college football all season long. Fox Sports Oklahoma. The most exciting plays, the most thrilling players, the best teams, and legendary rivalries. This is your home for college football all season long on Fox Sports Oklahoma. Give it all you got.
CC, what up, baby? What up, dog? Good to see you, man. You ready to do this?
First things first, I'm Nick Wright. That's the Hall of Famer Chris Carter. What up, CC?
The Thunder will have more than a week off after this game before opening the regular season, which comes a couple of weeks sooner. Remember, it used to be around Halloween. Michael, let's take a look at the Thunder's first month of 2017-18. What stands out to you?
Well, I just like that New York game. Just get it over with first. That's Carmelo Anthony, former team. We know that. And then look at the second week there. The Pacers are at the peak on the 25th. That's Paul George's former team. But how about this Minnesota? You got them twice. Now, they're going to be answering the call this year, trying to step into the Elite Eight in the Western Conference.
Well, and you have 5 games, Michael, total against Northwest Division opponents. In addition to the Timberwolves, you got to go to Portland. You got to go to Utah. We'll see how they are with Gordon Hayward having moved on. And then Denver, and we've been talking about how Mike Malone expects this team to make a legitimate run at the postseason where they've not been since 2013. Stand by. Second half is on the way. You're watching Thunder Basketball on Fox Sports Oklahoma.
Unsolvable. Unattainable.
unimaginable, unthinkable, unachievable, unless you're unconventional. At Chesapeake Energy, we're problem solvers. We tackle tough challenges head on by creating some of the industry's most advanced technology and developing our diverse portfolio of untapped assets. Always pushing for new ideas. Always doing things no other energy company has ever done before. Chesapeake Energy.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Get ready for one of the biggest rivalries in sports. Fox Sports Oklahoma brings you the AT&T Red River Showdown preview. Oklahoma, Texas. It's one of college football's most eagerly anticipated games of the year. And before Texas Orange collides with Crimson Red, we'll be sure to get you ready for game time with exclusive coverage. This battle doesn't get any bigger. Watch the AT&T Red River Showdown preview right here on Fox Sports Oklahoma.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
The following is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
And I tried to cover my mouth, but the sneeze was a great sneeze. I think it's always exciting when we get the opportunity to be a part of something like this because we're getting to spend time with, kids here in Oklahoma, be a part of the community, and we get to help them with crafts, help them be creative, help them, learn a little bit of discipline of sitting and listening to a story, and then, having fun and clapping around in a circle. I mean, there's just so many things that we get to do that we wouldn't normally get to do in our daily lives if we didn't have the opportunity with the Thunder Cares program.
Chickasaw Nation. United we thrive.
Thunder has a 10-point lead as we go to the third quarter in Denver. The Nuggets shooting 31%. Oklahoma City emphasizing particularly interior defense, Michael, while also at the other end shooting 50% and knocking down the three at a 40% clip.
Well, just all things are firing right now. I thought establishing themselves early in the ball game on the defensive end was the key. And then the offense all of a sudden just followed suit. Well, that followed suit with number 0. He was
setting the tone, 18 points for Russ here in the first half.
He raised the bar pretty high early, which is what you want to do. This is the last preseason game, as he was just, scoring in a variety of different ways. Had one-on-one coverage, and when he got out in transition, he was able to do plays like this that we've seen him do so many times. Jump shot was working. The stop and pop was working as well. Seemed to get to the basket with it at ease.
A game high 4 assists for Westbrook. We look at the overall team numbers. Behind that, you got Paul George defending well. 4 steals to go along with 8 rebounds. Steven Adams has a half dozen rebounds as well. Carmelo Anthony has been present. Shots have not fallen for him, but Anthony's presence helping the Thunder to spread the floor. Second half, we'll see how Billy Donovan deploys in terms of rotation. What do you expect in the second half, this again being the final preseason game?
Well, I like the offense and the defense. You just want to keep the Nuggets off the offensive glass. They had 10 in the first half. Keep them off that free throw line. The Nuggets went to the free throw line 14 times. Put that in perspective, the Thunder only went to the free throw line 4, and you heard a couple of players complaining about that. Maybe they can balance that out in the second half.
That tends to even out. We'll see soon enough. Leslie McCaslin along with word from the locker room. We come back to the Pepsi Center to start the second half.
Because an open road is always calling your name. Because life is sweet. Because every moment counts. With convenient services that help you maximize the joys in life. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
Hey, man. Oh, nice man cave.
Nacho?
What? Stop it.
Mm-hmm. We've been saving a lot of money ever since we switched to Progressive.
This bar is legit.
And now we get an even bigger discount from bundling home and auto.
I can get used to this.
It might take a minute.
Swing and a miss. Slam dunk. Touchdown. Sports.
Are you ready, Shannon Sharp?
I'm ready to talk some football. Tom Brady's not going to be playing football at 43.
I believe he can play 5 more Super Bowl caliber years.
Aaron Rodgers is the greatest thrower of the football I've ever seen.
What? Are you kidding me?
Winning a Super Bowl does not make you all-time great.
You are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame and you think that?
Get back, Skip.
Dak Prescott is the real deal.
How about them Cowboys?
This is undisputed.
Big game today in Washington. Unfortunately, there may be a problem with Josh Norman. He's dealing with a blunt trauma injury to his baby toe.
Blunt trauma? What?
Yeah, and they're going to...
You guys are really talking about.
He's good to go by game time. I tell you what, Washington is going to need him to come up big today.
They said it, and it happened.
And tough break for that Washington trainer who has been removed from his duties with the team. We got plenty more ahead here on Fox NFL Kickoff.
Thunder up 10 as we welcome you back to Denver and get ready to play the second half. Well, I talked to assistant coach Ben Babnani at halftime. He said really he thought the defense started out slow, but then they settled in. They did a good job protecting the paint, holding the Nuggets below 32%. He said he felt like also in the second quarter that their conditioning wasn't quite there. Their stamina wasn't quite there, which is why these preseason games are so good, guys. So in the second half, he said he wanted them to execute the offense better, have less broken plays, and try to keep that stamina up.
Well, one of the things, Leslie, the Thunder, as we take a look at our halftime leaders, driven by AAA Insurance. Denver starting backcourt of Murray and Harris shot a combined 2 out of 10 in the first half. Wilson Chandler was 0 for 5. Nikola Jokic, after that miss, is 4 of 12 on the game. And again, Denver 31% from the floor overall, as Leslie indicated. Adams on the catch, and somebody, you can hear somebody holler, Robertson, in fact, saying, finish.
That's good, good action for Steve. Getting him around the basket where he needs the ball in his comfort zone. I'd rather see him take that shot than to kick that ball out.
Anthony delivered a shot to Millsap and is called for the personal foul. Gary Harris using the screen from Millsap. That 3-ball rims out. Anthony rips that basketball off the rim, kind of taking his frustration of the moment out on the leather in the iron. It's not a bad sign, is it? Westbrook spinning and scoring over Harris. Wow. Russ shooting 9 out of 12, 20 points for Russ. Jokic bothered at the rim by Anthony, then stripped, picked clean by Melo.
And the Thunder have been able to do that all night as Steven Adams is posting up deep.
And fouled.
And this is just a lot of good stuff that happened on this play. The Thunder have come out in this third quarter, establishing yourself where you did in the first half. You forced the Nuggets to blow up another layup close by the basket.
Paul George actually blocked that last shot, leading to this.
Look at what's happening on the offensive end. Russell Westbrook is just having his way right now. Almost like sending a rabbit to hunt a fox. It ain't happening right now.
Right? Something that PG-13 was talking about the other day, playing with Russ. He said, I have to learn to play off of a guy that fast. I got to make myself available. And he's done a pretty good job of that.
He sure has. And at that time, you're going to get Paul Millsap called for a 3-second. He's getting a little frustrated because Paul George was in his grill, pinned him inside the lane. That's a turnover for the Nuggets and creating, once again, mayhem for them on the offensive end.
And the Thunder throwing different defenders at the key players for the other team. George tripped up recovers his footing. Anthony has it by himself, though, outside for three. But, you know, Paul Millsap has seen Paul George. That's a turnover.
Oh, look at the pass back.
And in transition.
I had to pause. I'm sorry, because there's some good stuff happening. I'm like you folks at home. I'm seeing what's going on. And sometimes I just close my mouth because it just speaks for itself. You get out in transition. You force a turnover. You throw a great pass, Steven Adams, over the top.
A 10-point lead has become an 18-point lead. Torrey Craig's turnover. The assist to Westbrook on Roberson's bucket.
The 4 a.m. fever. The what is this rash? The irritating head cold. You never know when something might creep up, but it'll never be at a convenient time. So when something demands urgency, but isn't an emergency, go to IntegrisVirtualVisit.com, enter your info, pay a flat fee, and you'll be face-to-face with a healthcare provider in a matter of minutes to get a diagnosis, advice, prescriptions if needed, and peace of mind.
Hi, how can I help?
IntegrisVirtualVisit.com. We'll see you now.
Please, a 1% difference makes all the difference. That's why U.S. Cellular put towers where most others don't. Sadly, they're using a good enough network.
Hello? Hello? Left or right?
What's one wrong turn? Oops. Bye-bye. A 1% difference makes all the difference. So get our stronger signal with unlimited data and no hidden fees for $40 a month in the middle of anywhere.
Inspiration can come from just about anywhere or anyone. So encourage our next generation's problem solvers. Cultivating their ingenuity will help shape our future and improve our way of life. Devon Energy. Commitment runs deep.
The 4 a.m. fever. The what is this rash? The irritating head cold. You never know when something might creep up, but it'll never be at a convenient time. So when something demands urgency, but isn't an emergency, go to IntegrisVirtualVisit.com, enter your info, pay a flat fee, and you'll be face-to-face with a healthcare provider in a matter of minutes to get a diagnosis, advice, prescriptions if needed, and peace of mind.
Hi, how can I help?
IntegrisVirtualVisit.com. We'll see you now.
Thunder Basketball is brought to you by Enable Midstream Partners, a partner in your success. Thunder has stopped a couple of shots and turned a couple of turnovers into buckets. Here's our photo of the night. Powered by U.S. Cellular, Kara and Kimberly enjoying Kimberly's first Thunder game. Yeah, we like that. Start them early. U.S. Cellular coverage in the middle of anywhere. Torrey Craig, former Australian League player, starting at guard here in the second half. George with the steal as he got in front of Craig.
That's 5 for Paul George. We're just in the top part of the third quarter. We had another play. He's had 3 steals like that.
George gets into the heart of the lane. Murray has the rebound. But he might have taken a step. Millsap working off of Jokic's pick. He's short. Roberson with the board, and the Thunder running again.
Good job by Carmelo Anthony to get into the body of Jokic.
Anthony outside. He's got it for 3.
It just looked like they're having fun. You know, this is training camp, I know, but you've been working hard for 2-3 weeks now. You know this is the last game. And a lot of good things are working for the Thunder on both ends of the floor, not just the offense.
Jamal Murray catches the edge of the iron and he scores. He is now 1 out of 5 on the night. Check that, 1 out of 4 from 3, 2 out of 5 on the night. It's been that kind of night all over. That's what the Nuggets offense.
That's what the Nuggets want from him, Jamal Murray. Instead of a playmaker, they want him to shoot the ball.
George for 3, no. Murray had some really explosive moments last season as a rookie for the Nuggets. One point. Oh, a little bit out of control.
On the defense, they once again, they were there.
And from the Thunder bench, one of the coaches hollering numbers as Murray was a little bit late to get back, and Adams makes him pay as he gets to the rim and scores on the layup. 3 ball for Gary Harris.
He's got a nice stroke when he gets a good look at it. He just had a whole lot of good looks tonight. Gary Harris for the Nuggets.
Robertson will give it up to Anthony. Torrey Craig has the rebound. Jamal Murray hit last year in a game against Portland, hit 4 threes in 27 seconds time. Jokic looking for 3. No. Billy Donovan wants timeout.
Well, I like this timeout. Got to remember, this is training camp. And you want to sometimes, micromanage the game when the offense gets a little, strung out as it done in the last couple of possessions. It's just good coaching, calling timeout. But I'll tell you one thing, it's been pretty solid the entire game is the defense of the Thunder, because it's leading to plays like this.
15 points off of turnovers.
One of my first experiences working in TV as a production assistant, I was like, ask me to do anything and I'll do it. I'm just here to work hard. And so I think that eagerness goes a long way. My name is Ezekiel Walker. I am a TV producer in Los Angeles, and I am Chickasaw. As a kid, I saw the opportunity behind the lens to capture great stories. And I feel as though that's my purpose in life. And really close to my heart is the stories of my own people. There's a need to represent Native Americans and minorities in a genuine way. The Chickasaw Nation started with strong ancestors. It started with survivors. I have a responsibility to not let that be in vain, but to work hard and to keep moving forward and to keep conquering.
See more stories about the Chickasaw people at profilesofanation.com.
FS1 is home to the biggest personalities in sports. And now all your favorite FS1 shows are available on SiriusXM.
Peyton Manning ain't no fettuccine. You make it seem like the guy stir-fry.
Brady sort of gets the culture. In fact, I think Brady fits the culture.
Now take the talk with you on Fox Sports SiriusXM Channel 83, along with live events including college football, UFC, soccer, and more. The best sports talk and live events on Fox Sports SiriusXM Channel 83.
Every week, Fox Sports Outdoors brings you on-the-water action, combined with current freshwater and coastal information from around the Southwest.
That is a Louisiana special right there. Look at this.
Our team of experts covers the entire region and provides you with the latest real-time updates of what's happening at the lake and along the coast.
San Luis Pass and the surrounding bays are starting to pay off.
Fox Sports Outdoors, Thursdays on Fox Sports Oklahoma. Big 12 Women's Soccer, Friday on Fox Sports Oklahoma.
Let's have a look at our Thunder calendar, brought to you by Enable Midstream Partners. The season opener against the Knicks in Oklahoma City. TNT will have that a week from Thursday. We'll next see you from Salt Lake City as the Thunder pays a call on the Jazz. And that's a Northwest Division weekend. Minnesota in town to conclude that set. Enable Midstream Partners, a partner in your success. Westbrook and Adams continuing to punish the Denver defense, and the Thunder lead is now 19 points. Adams with the block on Barton. That's his 4th of the game.
And look how many blue shirts attacked that ball. It bounced to the floor, 3 blue shirts around it. As Adams will get called for the arm screen again. But coming out of a set piece, out of a timeout, you wonder why Billy Donovan called timeout. What do you used to say? Your Honor?
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A.
Russell has 7 assists, 3 quick ones here in the quarter. Jokic feathers that one down from the slot. You know, one of the things that, with all this time before the season opener, somebody asked Donovan after shoot-around this morning, what does this mean? You know, in terms of establishing any kind of rhythm. And he said, I don't know what this means with 8 days between this game and the opener. Michael, the other thing is that with only 4 preseason games, in terms of evaluating the full roster, and this would be an and one for Barton, Adams is foul. But in terms of evaluating the roster, it makes the challenge a little bit different for Donovan and the coaching staff.
Well, you start the season early, so you have more practice time, especially when you have, I think it kind of works in your favor in the situation with the Thunder this year with the new faces that are on the roster, so you have more practice time, but what it's creating, less back-to-backs during the season. I think that's the real purpose.
And no 4 and 5s.
Absolutely. That's really nice. I mean, that could beat your legs up pretty good. Especially over the course of a season when you have 4 games in 5 nights. I believe the Thunder only have 1 or 2 back-to-back games in the first couple of months of the season.
What a pass inside from Adams. Anthony fighting for space. He's blown up at the rim, but then Ferguson tips it back to him underneath the basket, and he scores.
Sometimes when you're just working hard, good things happen. He was working hard.
Harris, fake pass, decided to take the shot. Ferguson ties up Millsap, and he's called for a foul. Look at this play by Ferguson.
It's a good job, just knock that ball away.
That's what Billy talks about, his lack of fear in terms of just inserting himself into a play, sticking his nose right in there.
And he has done that from day one. Hard to believe he's 19 years old, folks.
He really doesn't act like it. Look at him staying with Barton, and then the foul is called, no shot. And Millsap not quite up to speed on the adjustment and the continuation rules. Thought he should have been awarded an and one, but instead it's a side-out foul. Leslie McCaslin, what do you have?
Well, guys, Paul George had high praise for Terrence Ferguson this week, saying he was going to be, quote, special. He said, you really just tell him something one time and he gets it. That's how dialed in he is to the game plan. So pretty cool to have a rookie that's that advanced that early in the season, guys.
And he forced Jameer Nelson to give the ball away, which turned into a straightaway 3 missed by Millsap. Anthony stepped inside the three-point line, but took an extra step to get there and is charged with the walk.
Well, look at T-Ferg, who he's got in camp with him. How lucky can you be? At 19 years old, to have Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Patrick Patterson, Raymond Felton. I'm going to throw him in there, too, because he offers so much besides the game of basketball.
He's kind of having a little pinch-me thing going, too, because he was talking last week about Carmelo Anthony was his idol as a young guy growing up in Tulsa and in Dallas. Harris scrambling for the up-and-down 3, but Terrence said, hey, Carmelo had braids, so I got braids. Carmelo wore a headband, so I wore a headband. And now he's my teammate? He shook his head. He said, that's unbelievable.
Well, he's fortunate. I had guys, like Marcus Johnson, Bill Walton, great guys as Melo goes down Main Street.
No love from the rim.
Cannot get it to fall.
Solo shooting 7 of 17 here on the night.
And I'm going to add this, too. The Thunder do a great job of developing their young talent.
Nice recovery by Adams, but Jokic is able to gather. Then Adams hits the deck, and on the way down, he feeds Westbrook. The foul by Harris with the floor unbalanced, but what a nice recovery by Adams on the play, because he gambled, went for the steal up top, and then recovered to blow up Jokic down low.
Well, he busted up the previous play, just wasn't able to get it as Harris went out for the 3 and knocked it down, and here again, sacrificing his body. You cannot have enough Steven Adams on your roster. You just cannot have enough. And I'm going to throw, Nick Collison in on that as well.
Adams and Anthony leave. Steven has played 23.5 minutes. Melo, 22.5 minutes. 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Jeremy Grant and Josh Huestis on the floor now for Oklahoma City. I kind of like Melo's matching blue headband. Westbrook stripped, thought he was fouled. A Euro step. Nelson chased out of the deep post. Barton given some space for 3 and pays it off. They left Eustace alone, and he scores from 3.
And that's a big 3 as the Nuggets were making a nice little run and gotten it down to 10 points. Josh Eustace, third made trade on the night, showing you, Coach, call my number. The minutes coming off the bench are never guaranteed. You make the most of them. He's doing just that.
9 made threes for the Thunder tonight. Barton into a crowd. Tried to dribble into 3 players. Westbrook flags the play down. He's going to spin from the corner and rim that one out. Hernan Gomez has the rebound. Thunder had numbers back defensively. Ferguson working on Hernan Gomez, who is trying to turn Ferguson every which way but loose. Ferguson called for the foul, and Hernan Gomez to the free throw line.
Look at his action right here. He's just so quick. His first step is just so quick. He blows by the defense, creates that space, and has options to take the shot or make the pass.
Show your spirit by signing up for your Thunder Visa debit card exclusively from MidFirst Bank. Visit midfirst.com/Thunder for more information. MidFirst Bank, the official bank of the Oklahoma City Thunder, which has recorded 19 assists tonight in this game. Hernan Gomez off the heel of the iron. It's been a tough night at the stripe. 7 missed free throws for the Nuggets. Daniel Hamilton is back for Oklahoma City. Playing with George, Eustace, Grant, and Ferguson. Shot clock down to 5. Barton tips that ball away. 3.1 seconds remaining on the 24-second clock. Harris checks out. Murray replaces him in the Denver lineup.
Well, you're on your side of the floor. If you're the Thunder, you got plenty of time to catch and shoot, make a play.
Hamilton, that's deep. Now, he took that from somewhere up around Estes Park.
Probably could have taken a couple more dribbles.
And Gomez with an air ball, and it's out of bounds to the Thunder.
Did we say this? Is this still preseason?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and they're still young. The Nuggets are still young. They've got players like
so are the Thunder right now.
Right now, what's on the floor right now, you bet.
Both sides.
Hamilton travels outside of George. Michael, I count about 2 years of NBA experience. Well, I checked that.
Here's the offensive foul here.
Grant had 4 seasons. Oh, yeah. Hamilton switches to pick up Barton, who goes into the lane. That's a blocking foul as Jeremy Grant was established inside the restricted area. Count the bucket for Barton, and he'll have a chance at a 3-point play. The lead is 10.
He's clearly inside that restricted area. You know, and he's working on that. I think that, you don't just want to rely on your shot blocking, because we know he can block shots. But he's also shown that he can take that charge, which I think is just as equally effective as Will Barton completes the 3-point play. So, little things that you notice about these players out here that they're getting better at or making improvements on.
Barton has scored 9 points in the quarter. He has 14 for the game. George fading away from the double team. Off the back of the iron. Denver within 7. Nelson driving and dishing. Hernan Gomez. This is one of those nights where he hasn't met a shot he didn't like.
He's got that range out there. And I'll tell you, they have been struggling from downtown.
Hamilton Euro stepping into the lane. The ball tapped out. Ferguson for 3. No. And Hamilton tying up Hernan Gomez, and that's a foul on the takeaway. Bonus free throws coming here in the final minute of the third quarter for Denver.
Nuggets are 6 for 23 from beyond the arc, and that's something that you can hang your hat on if you're the Thunder. You're playing in the Western Conference, where the 3-ball is king right now. If you can knock that down or have the ability to defend it.
Thunder Training Camp brought to you by U.S. Cellular, the official wireless provider of the Oklahoma City Thunder. With a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere, you'll score great reception with U.S. Cellular's network.
You know, he was asking me about the 4 games in the preseason this year versus the traditional 8. I think that guys probably like the 4 games better. Less travel.
Less wear and tear. Nice kick out. Grant for 3. No. Plumlee with the rebound. Thunder's three-point accuracy has dwindled here in the second half. Barton for 3, and he scores it, and it's a 5-point game. Will Barton, his second triple.
That's something the Thunder haven't given up that much tonight. A wide open 3 without it being contested.
Denver 7 of 24 from the stripe. Timing is everything. Eustace waits for the defense to clear, and he missed everything. That off the glass. And Eustace complaining that he was fouled, but off the glass the shot didn't hit iron, and that'll go as a 24-second violation against Eustace and the Thunder. Denver is trailed by as many as 21 points. Barton is feeling it. Time expires before Barton releases the shot, but Denver, over the last 6.5 minutes, outscores the Thunder 19-5. And as we go to the 4th, it's a 2-possession ball game, 69-64, Oklahoma City. You're watching.
Strong in offense with the Thunder. Got another quarter of basketball left. Yes, it has tightened up. Thunder up 5.
When severe weather has you in the dark, make sure you have an emergency kit
with a flashlight and a radio handy.
And give us a call when your power's out. Chances are we're already working to restore your power.
Any day, any weather, any hour.
Hospitals and emergency services are served first. And other areas come online as fast and efficiently as possible.
The most important thing to us is that we all stay safe together.
I think the biggest challenge is poverty and the issues that the kids bring to school that are beyond our control.
And a lot of times students don't have parents or an adult to listen to them read.
The Oklahoma tutors have been our most faithful, and they've really changed lives over 22 years. If every business adopted a school, we could change the world.
How can teamwork lead to singular success? When you ask the right questions, the answers can change everything. At Enable Midstream Partners, customer service is who we are as a company. It's embedded in our DNA. We listen, think creatively, move quickly, and go the extra mile to help customers succeed. Because when they succeed, we succeed. Enable Midstream Partners, a partner in your success.
We took marinated all-white meat chicken and married it with our cheesy quesadilla to create the perfect union. Introducing Taco Bell's new crispy chicken quesadilla. Get it with all your favorites like a crunchy taco, Doritos Locos taco, and an ice-cold medium drink for just $5. Together at last, but only for a limited time. The new $5 crispy chicken quesadilla box. Only at Taco Bell.
Our game summary is brought to you by Arby's, a proud partner of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Arby's, we have the meats, along with Michael Cage, Leslie McCaslin, and our production crew, Brian Davis, at the Pepsi Center in Denver, where the Thunder opens the 4th quarter with a 5-point lead at 69-64. Paul George remains on the floor, working with Josh Eustace, Daniel Hamilton, Terrence Ferguson, and Jeremy Grant. Nuggets blow up the pick and roll. Plumlee blocks Eustace at the 3-point line. Hamilton asking for the basketball, and he came up short from 3. Barton fouled by Ferguson, and he'll shoot free throws. Will Barton had a strong 3rd quarter. Barton goes into the 4th with 16 points. He had 12 of those in the third, bringing the Nuggets, helping them back from a deficit that had reached 21 points and is now 4.
Well, this is good minutes for the younger Thunders against rotation players for the Nuggets. Hernan Gomez, you got Jameer Nelson, Plumlee, Will Barton. I mean, these are regulars along with Murray.
One possession game now. Hamilton on the drive and dish. Passes a little bit low, and then Eustace throws it away. You know, Michael, it'll be interesting in this Northwest Division. Gordon Hayward leaves Utah, but they pick up Ricky Rubio and Thabo Sefolosha. They still have a good nucleus that includes Rudy Gobert. Barton makes it a 1-point game. He is on fire, and this has been his MO since his days with Portland. An explosive scorer is Barton. And the Nuggets have taken 20 points off the Thunder lead. Barton with the reach-in foul here on George. But Utah is going to be a question mark. Denver should be much, much better under Mike Malone. Minnesota is ready to take the next step forward. Portland, we'll see where they fit in the mix. But the Northwest Division is going to be really, really interesting this year. Eustace challenged by Plumlee. Grant able to save possession. Hamilton is right there, but then too strong. Eustace is there to put it back.
Scrappiness by the Thunder around the basket.
Jamal Murray outside for 3. No. Hamilton with the box out and the rebound. Rebounds now even at 40 aside. Thunder has caught up since halftime. Grant too strong. Gets it back. Kicks it out to Eustace for 3. No. But there's Hamilton keeping the play alive, and he scores.
Well, you got to give credit. And I wish there was a deflection you can get. But I'm going to go back to T-Ford. He was the one who tapped that ball over to Eustace, who's got those sure hands around the basket, was able to finish and force the Nuggets to call timeout.
Thunder with a big second chance bucket to establish a little breathing room and a 5-point lead.
Inspiration can come from just about anywhere or anyone. So encourage our next generation's scientists. Cultivating their ingenuity will help propel our future, fueling a better way of life. Devon Energy. Commitment runs deep.
Deep shot. You want more of that? We got you. Hundreds and hundreds of live games.
A gorgeous spin.
Get the full season.
All season long.
Monthly pricing. No sweat. Oh, you just want to watch your team.
Yes, sir.
Anytime, anywhere. It's that easy. Fire it up on all your connected devices. To order NBA League Pass, go to NBA.com/League Pass or purchase with the NBA app.
FX has the movies. Here we go. Daddy's got to go to work.
Look over there.
FX has the movies. FX has the movies.
Sorry?
Yes! A new season kicks off. On your home for college football all season long. Fox Sports Oklahoma. The most exciting plays. The most thrilling players. The best teams. And legendary rivalries. This is your home for college football all season long on Fox Sports Oklahoma.
Give it all you got. Big 12 Women's Soccer, Friday on Fox Sports Oklahoma.
Thunder Basketball is brought to you by our founding partners, MidFirst Bank, the official bank of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Chesapeake Energy, unrecognized value, unlocked potential. And Devon Energy, commitment runs deep. Hustle plays by the young guys that are fighting for roster spots and playing time.
Well, it comes down to the harder you work, the luckier you get. As the Thunder were able to get their hands on a lot of loose balls, loose change around the basket. What is able to deliver?
What is it they say? Luck is the residue of preparation.
Absolutely, partner.
Barton has a clear lane to the bucket, but can't finish on the reverses. And Grant came and closed him down nicely. Eustace thought once, thought twice, then rolls that three-pointer out. Grant battling. It's saved by Murray. The Nuggets down 5 with possession. Barton has been the spark plug, and he scores from 3.
Oh, he's one of those guys right now. You just have to find him. One time the Thunder made a couple of mistakes of just going with the ball, and they've kicked it back to him.
Barton has 23 points in the game, 19 since halftime. George, the veteran stabilizer with this young group. He'll pull up and he'll knock it down from 3 over Barton, given a little bit of room. He makes him pay.
Just making it do what it do. He knew it was coming. He had a short shot clock when he got the ball. Always comfortable in the skin as Nelson would get called for the walk out front.
Michael, free throws have been an issue in this game. Denver 15-22. The Thunder has taken only 6 free throws. George
just knocking it
10
down.
10 points and 9 rebounds. Got a technical foul at the other end.
Well, that's the second delay of game on the Nuggets. I believe it was
Mike Malone's guys were called for a delay coming out of the locker room. Didn't break the huddle at the bench. George misses the free throw. And we're talking about the short preseason schedule, and Mike Malone said, look, every coach in the league is back for the first time in recent memory. So the coaches have a certain amount of what he called corporate knowledge about the guys who were on the rosters before. Now Dakari Johnson will get a look here as he checks into the ball game, sets the screen for George, who comes up offline. Murray has the board. Plumlee screening and rescreening. Nelson. Barton. George with his 10th rebound. He's got a double-double.
And that's what you have to do with the Nuggets. You have to make them put the ball on the floor, not allow them to become a catch-and-shoot team.
Late rotation. George open for 3. Ferguson couldn't hang on to it. Nelson taps it out of there. The trailer is Murray. He's short from 3, and Ferguson has the rebound.
It's a nice little play between the legs pass.
George over Murray. Johnson can't control. George forcing Murray to give it up.
Well, good defense. You want to keep the ball out of the middle, push it to the baseline. You got help. You got to defend for this next 5 seconds here.
Hernan Gomez is going to put it on the deck. He's going to attack the rim, and he's going to shoot free throws. That's quite a disparity. By the time Hernan Gomez is done, Denver will be plus 19 in foul shots in this game.
And Thunder have only gone to the free throw line just 7 times. Been pretty lonely at the charity stripe for Big Blue tonight.
And they've missed 5 of those 7 foul shots. Jerseys, shirts, caps, kids apparel, accessories, and more. Get the latest and hottest Thunder gear at the Thunder Shop at Chesapeake Arena. It's open 10 to 6 Monday through Friday and on game nights. Limited hours on Saturday as well. To shop 24/7, you can also go online. Visit OKCThunder.com/shop. And Gomez with 8 points is 3 of 6 at the free throw line. Hamilton has that ball knocked out of his hands by Nelson, but recovers. Grant is going to go deep, give it up to Johnson. He'll be blocked by Barton, and it's out of bounds to Denver. Gets it back from Barton, but he was pushed deep. 5 seconds to shoot. Nelson tried to thread the needle. Tough pass there, but Hamilton comes away with it. He was looking to the backside for Grant, and the Nuggets catch up to it. In transition, Barton for three. It's a one-point game, and Oklahoma City calls timeout.
Nuggets are taking advantage of a couple of busted plays offensively for the Thunder. They made this quite interesting going down the home stretch, folks, here. Hold on.
The 4 a.m. fever. The what is this rash? The irritating head cold. You never know when something might creep up, but it'll never be at a convenient time. So when something demands urgency, but isn't an emergency, go to IntegrisVirtualVisit.com, enter your info, pay a flat fee, and you'll be face-to-face with a healthcare provider in a matter of minutes to get a diagnosis, advice, prescriptions if needed, and peace of mind.
Hi, how can I help?
IntegrisVirtualVisit.com. We'll see you now. Because practice pays off. Because it's better to give than to receive. Because there's no place like home. MidFirst Bank will always be true to your money, with innovative services that let you focus on what's most important. MidFirst Bank, true to your money.
What if no one ever bothered to ask why? If new ideas were squashed by naysayers before they ever got off the ground? If our specialist only specialized in the status quo? Our world would be a very different place. But here at Chesapeake, constantly asking why is in our DNA. It's what leads us to develop our future's technology, to uncover new sources of untapped energy, and grow as a community of questioners, innovators, and visionaries who share a calling to power a new and better world. Chesapeake Energy.
Michael, let's take a look at tonight's OG&E power play of the game. OG&E, reliable, low-cost power at the speed of light.
Well, the defense is solid. You're getting steals. You get ahead of the defense with numbers. This is what happens with Jeremy Grant, the connection between he and PG-13. You'll see that later on Fox Sports highlights.
George with 5 steals in the ball game, but here in the second half, the Thunder shooting 11 of 36. Denver not a whole lot better, 11 of 29, but after shooting 2 of 14 in the first half from 3, they're 7 of 14 in the second half. Will Barton has scored 22 of the Nuggets' last 28 points. And it's a 1-point game. George jumping into this one. Big 3 from PJ-13.
Oh, it always makes coaches happy when you come out of a timeout. You run a set piece. You got guys who can handle the ball under pressure.
Kenneth Faried checked into the ball game and wound up in a mismatch off the feed from Nelson with Ferguson.
He's gotten in the game really late. Kenneth Faried.
Oh, great play by Hamilton. Heady play to draw the contact. He scores and one.
He did that against a savvy veteran. He's a little upset on that play as well. And Jameer Nelson got him up in the air, took the shot as he ran cross or through the arms, folks. That's not a rookie move. That's a vet pulling one on a vet. As he completes the 3-point play, giving Thunder a little bit of breathing room.
Now, Hamilton, you know he's well-schooled. Second-round draft pick last year after 2 years under the former Thunder swingman Kevin Ollie. Now the head coach at the University of Connecticut. Hamilton started every game in those 2 years. Barton on fire, 22 points in the half, left his feet. And that one is out of bounds to Denver with 6 seconds to shoot.
That should have been a walk on Will Barton. He came down right in front of us as he tried to pass that basketball. It was deflected.
And then Gomez Got a step on Eustace, but he's offline. Big rebound for Johnson, and here comes Hamilton. He's going to drive, he's going to kick. Eustace, the slot, three, bang!
I love the ball movement. I mean, from a coaching point of view, you cannot be any more happier than the execution down the stretch. You're playing against rotation players. This is the young Thunder players out here, and you're making plays like that with PG-13 on the floor.
14 points for Eustace. Just look at the body language. There's absolutely no nerve in this equation in terms of the guys wearing the blue uniforms.
And how about that? That's the fourth made trade on the night for Mr. Eustace. He is feeling it. And you know, like, I'm going to remind you one more time, when you're coming off the bench, your minutes are never guaranteed. So when the coach calls your number, you just have to be ready. Well, guess what? He's ready.
Well, after 32 games with the blue in the D-League last year, Eustace making a bid to stick with the Thunder. Eustace had shot the three well the first two games and had those two heroic blocks on Sunday. Carmelo Anthony scored 19 points in the opener. George had 25 points against New Orleans on Friday, and then tonight Westbrook scored 20 points. You know, PG-13 had that 25-point game against New Orleans. Not another Thunder player scored in double figures, but every player who touched the floor, 14 men that night for Donovan, did score.
The man of the hour right now is Eustace.
Emmanuel Mudiay picks up Fareed on the pick and roll.
And they'll learn in a situation like that, foul him. He's not a very good free throw shooter. He's out there. He's one of those guys who just picks up a lot of garbage around the basket, respectfully. I say that with respect because he's a tremendous player.
George jumping back and knocking down another from distance.
See, you fall asleep on him, okay? That's cool hand Luke, by the way. You just fall asleep on him, and this is what happens as the Thunder push that lead out to 9.
Well, if you're looking at Fareed, comes up short. Clearly, for the Denver defense, what we have here is a failure to communicate. Ferguson knocks it down for three.
And how about PG-13 giving up a wide open shot? Says, look, I see him out of my peripheral vision in the corner, and he gives T-Ford a better shot. And that's what makes him say, all right, I can count on you, young fella.
Mike Malone has gone deep to his bench now. Mudiay offline. Johnson with the rebound, the kick out. George, he's got another. Please, sir, may I have another? Yes, you may.
Well, right now, head coach of the Denver Nuggets, Michael Malone, he's scratching his head looking at his players like, come on, guys. What's going on here? This was a one-point game 2 minutes ago.
Paul George has 4 triples in the quarter. The Thunder suddenly on fire beyond the arc.
That's the one where he gave it up to the rookie, and the rookie delivered. You got to be able to do that in situations. And Daniel Hamilton pushing the tempo. Return, showing some of the love. Back to PG-13. That's cool hand Luke. He's like going, okay, I made it. He's got the same expression.
Did you like my Strother Martin, what we have here is a failure to communicate line?
I love that.
From Cool Hand.
That's from that movie also.
Hey, Paul George with the 4 triples, the 19 points, 11 rebounds, 5 steals. He's our Thunder player of the game, brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind Casino, the one. And Michael, the Thunder has taken 37 three-pointers tonight. They've made 8 in the quarter.
You know, I love it, and it's by a lot of different guys. Now you got 2 guys, Josh Eustace, and you just mentioned PG-13, who have made 4. Russ has made a couple. Melo has made a couple. And now get this, Russ and Melo have not played in this fourth quarter, and Billy Donovan has gone with the young group the entire way. How about that to finish out the
Denver
preseason?
Cut a 21-point lead to 1, and then the Thunder took timeout. Since then, the Thunder has outscored the Nuggets 18-7. Malik Beasley knocks down the 3. That is the 10th make from beyond the arc for Denver. There used to be 10 was a special deal in a game. Not anymore. That's a carry and a turnover.
Now, back in my day, they didn't call that carry.
No, they didn't.
They call it a crossover. As you see, Isaiah Cannon will get his first minutes of the night, and PG-13 will take a bow.
George leaves with the 19 points, the 4 made threes in the quarter. He was the veteran stabilizer. George with 5 triples on the night and 5 steals. Moutier coughs it up.
Good job of knocking that ball away.
Hamilton leaves for Ferguson, who extends and scores.
You know what I'm going to say?
Oh,
that's nasty.
You go right ahead.
He elevated past him. Now, there's only a few guys can do that in the league, because there's one thing to blow by a guy, and when you jump and you actually increase the distance from the defender.
That's length.
I love it.
That's length.
That's a steal at the 21st pick.
Fareed, no.
And that's what you want Kenneth Fareed doing. Taking shots and not getting layups. Taking those jump shots.
Michael, the Thunder has been ridiculous off the glass. Hamilton denied at the rim, but the offensive rebound. Johnson going to go to work in the post on Fareed. He's going to take him all the way down and come up offline. That spills out to the left. The Thunder's been killing it on the glass, Michael. Out rebounding Denver 24-20 here in the second half.
And they've done it by committee, as it was just a 1-point disadvantage for the Thunder at halftime.
The Thunder also with 24 assists on the night. Eustace with the foul. Offensive foul charge to Josh Eustace. That's his 3rd personal foul.
He has played well. He has had a solid preseason, folks. Number 34 in blue.
Beasley will step back for 3. No. Shooting in the game, 34% for Denver. The Thunder at 45%. A 14-point advantage for Big Blue now into the final 2 minutes of this preseason finale. Oklahoma City trying to get out of here at 3-1 in the practice round. That's a block by Tyler Lydon.
I like the fact they were trying to get Dakari Johnson some love here.
Lydon out of Syracuse, started the play and finishes it with 3.
Throw the ball back down to him. He's working hard under there. Had 2 guys on at that time, Dakari Johnson.
He seems to have a pretty good sense of what's going on the floor. Eustace gets away from Lydon, but then Lydon recovers and blocks the shot.
He does. And I watch him a lot working with Mark Bryant and the coaching staff. And he's got soft hands, number 44 in blue there. He got a nice little mid-range game. Can use his body, can take the contact and be very physical.
That's a shot clock violation as Fareed meets Hamilton at the rim. Kenneth Fareed and the former Utah Jazz man Trey Lyles are in a battle to back up Millsap at the 4. Billy Johnson looking on with his coaching staff as we work our way into the final minute of the ball game. As explosive as the Nuggets can be, we're not going to mail this one in quite yet. Moutier on the drive and dish. Torrey Craig has that one poked away by Eustace.
Well, I like what the Thunder have come out here and done. They're going to finish the preseason 3-1, but they established themselves early defensively, which led to offense. Russell Westbrook did a lot of the heavy lifting early in the ball game, those 18 points in the first half. And they've done a good job of this, of game tackling the rebound. And it doesn't matter who's on the floor. You can tell that's just a message.
55 rebounds in the game, Michael. Of course, there have been a lot of opportunities with the Nuggets shooting, but 29 of 85. Johnson says fine. He hoists one from the nail. This is the 3rd game, Michael, where the second unit has either closed and rallied to make a wide margin not so, as they did in the Houston game. They're down 20, and that finished a 6-point game. And then the second unit against New Orleans on Friday night, and here tonight in Denver has pulled away.
I agree
has
with
engineered a separation. That's what you want your reserves to do.
Right. Yeah,
Do you agree with Russ?
I agree with Russ was saying, don't foul. Just let it run out, young fella. But, you know, when you get out here and it's like a young buck has been tied up for so long and you finally get loose, you just want to do something. And that time Johnson was called for the foul. And that should do it as the Thunder will finish the short preseason on a positive note.
Oklahoma City was up 21 points. Then Will Barton went wild and brought the Nuggets back within one, and then Westbrook and Anthony looking on. Paul George and the so-called other guys pulled away, and the Thunder gets out of here with a 10-point victory.
Well, plus 10 on the glass. You talked about that. They really picked it up in the second half. And then those 15 made threes, folks. Thunder with 15 of 37 from downtown. You'll take that all day long, especially when your half-court defense is solid. You do a great job of protecting the paint, and you come out of here with a victory. And we're going to go to Leslie McCaslin to wrap it up.
Thanks, guys. Well, Paul, you finished the preseason with your new team. What do you think so far?
I think, we're where we want to be right now. Obviously, we still got a lot of work on. We feel good where we are. It was great to get 3 games.